Shamaya, you did it.
STL Music.
Welcome back to the show. So listen up, we back in the game. Sweep the lead, we got the flame. Wanna get it to the fullest every single day. We wake up, get it in every way. Working in 222 on the global inspiration. Talk this sports and top news, no hesitation. Sweep the league is back. We always coming back, that's a fact. Wanna tell them that. STL Music, mama, we did it. Where we at? Coach Jill in the house with the flow so tight. Every girl, perfect rock stats, we unite. Yeah, the best show running through Friday. If this ain't different, they lying. We got the energy. When I say sweep, you say the lead. Sweep the lead, sweep the lead, sweep the lead, sweep the lead. San Antonio, let's go. Sweep the lead. Sweep the lead. Sweep the lead. San Antonio, let's go.
Hey, it's Rain Fernandez, and you're watching Sweep the League. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and Facebook at Rain Fernandez, Rayne Fernandez.
Hi, it's Sherilyn, and you're watching Sweep the League TV. Follow me on Instagram at official Sherilyn for more content.
Hey, this is George Iceman Gervin, and you're listening to Sweep the League Radio.
Sweep the League TV, where legends collide. If the Cowboys fall short, we'll still ride the tide. Like Jordan in the clutch or Brady's last play, we bring the fire, keeping fans in the fray. Coach Gio and Rudy calling the shots, with Derek Coventry, Hall of Fame thoughts. So hit that subscribe, don't sit on the bench. Get in the game, every highlight's intense. The live stream's on, tell your friends don't delay. Like Kobe in the fourth, we're here to play. Sweep the League TV, where greatness resides. From the blondes at the drive, till my heart's on the rise. We're all in on sports, NBA, CFB, and more for fans. By fans, it's the show you'll adore.
Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is Thursday night throwback or throwdown, whatever you want to call it tonight. Rudy Campos Jr. going to be joined by Coach Gio, I believe, tonight. Again, Derek Irvin is out coaching AAU basketball. He's got a tournament, I believe, in Lytle this weekend. So good luck to Derek Irvin and his crew out there, part of Sweep the League family. Again, I will be joined here in a little bit, hopefully by Coach Gio. He was in here a little while ago, but he stepped out. But nonetheless, it is Thursday night. It is a throwdown edition of Sweep the League. Shout out to Jacob, Eric, and Anthony grading the market. That'll be coming back here really, really soon. Try to get some STL 316 in here for you guys as well. Nonetheless, you got Sweep Unplugged, a lot of those episodes. You've got the I'm Refocused Radio Network, Best Boys Podcast, Better Living, or a Better Life Living Podcast as well. Dr. Pinkston. I mean, you've got everything you want, a part of Sweep the League Network. Go to YouTube, search Sweep the League TV, hit that subscribe button. We are 1,300 plus, going strong right now. Appreciate everybody that is a subscriber. And also shout out to MCS General Contracting, the absolute best in the business, 100% every time. That is MCS General Contracting, proud sponsors of Sweep the League. So, you know, we're going to get into a little bit here. We're going to get into some NFL talk, and we're also going to get into talk that we had last night. Let's go ahead and bring on the coach himself. He is back here tonight, Coach Gio himself. Both of us look like we're matching tonight. Black shirts. We have the chain. What's going on with that? We did not text each other before the show, and we didn't say anything about wearing certain things. I guarantee that.
No, I didn't know you were going to wear that, Rudy, but I guess great minds think alike.
Yeah, great minds tend to think alike. That is for sure, man. Hey, man, you know, normally I play like a funny clip or something when we start the show, but I didn't really do that this time. The thing that I wanted to talk to you about was last night we saw the Nico Harrison deal fall apart. Obviously, Luka to the Lakers, Bron and the Lakers wasn't Shannon Sharp's thing. You know, Lakers in 5. They actually lost in 5. But, 3 straight games, Gio. Back-to-back games, Braun had 0 points in the fourth. He didn't score his first points in the fourth until, I believe, with like 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. I don't know if it's old age. I don't want to be an a-hole to LeBron. But I don't know if it's old age. The whole Luka thing, you've got to not necessarily apologize to Nico, but you can understand why, in a small sense, the deal was made. Luka is like a cone out there, a traffic cone on defense. And defense wins championships, according to what a lot of people say, man. Is there any type of apology for Nico in some sort of way?
No, Rudy. According to Nico, he didn't know how important Luka was to the city of Dallas. Like, dude, how about you just walk around anywhere in Dallas? I'm pretty sure you'll see a Luka jersey. It's just bound to happen. So for him to say that, but anyway, Rudy, back to that game, which I did catch most of that game. Rudy, Lakers just ran out of gas. Also, Rudy, they don't have no one coming off the bench. Like, all 5 starters are playing some pretty heavy minutes, and LeBron's getting up there in age. LeBron cannot carry a team. It's just not in the point of his career. I thought Luka played well in this series, Rudy. The better team just won.
Is it more coaching? And a shout out to Derek Gervin, because Derek and I, again, we talked earlier this morning. He called me up. He's like, was the Lakers loss more Redick's fault, or was it more on the players?
Probably both. I thought Redick could have. Rudy, this in playoffs. Yeah. Sometimes there's unlikely heroes, right? There's guys that step in. Mm-hmm. I could think of Steve Kerr, 2003, right?
Yeah.
Western Conference Finals playing the Mavericks. The man barely played. He comes in and, shoots the hell out of those threes. You never know. Unlikely guys step up all the time, and that's what the Lakers really needed, Rudy, was someone else to score. And LeBron, Rudy, he looked gas, man. And Rudy Gobert, the game he had of his life. Rudy, that man had what, 20 and 20?
It was, didn't he have 30 plus points and like 23 rebounds? I don't have it offhand, but I think
Rudy, 20-something rebounds for one guy is pretty remarkable. And they didn't have anyone to really check him.
Well, they did. It was on the bench.
Well, yeah. That's
Jackson Hayes. Why do you go get Jackson Hayes?
Coaching issue. I know the guy from Charlotte, right? That trade didn't go through.
Mark Williams, yeah. The trade for Mark Williams.
He could have worked out, Rudy. They didn't play anyone on their bench, really. And I'm like, dude, you just throw him out there, Rudy. You never know. Someone gets hot. And the Timberwolves, and I told you, I thought the Lakers would win this series, but after game 1, I didn't feel confident. I just did not like the body language. And Rudy, they're paying LeBron and Luka how much? I think it's like over 50 apiece.
Well, LeBron was at 50. I think Luka's right at 50. It's like $100 million for 2 guys.
For 2 guys, what's up with the benches? They paid Austin Reeves, right? I believe last season.
The guy got paid 2 years ago.
So, Rudy, how much money's going to go around?
Well, I get, that's the thing too. Here's the thing. I was kind of like you when Derek asked me about Reddit. And shout out to Jacob Eric. He says, let's get it. Again, grading the market, coming back very, very soon here. I think Jacob Eric might even be subbing tomorrow. He might be kicking me out of Sweep the League TV tomorrow. I think he wants to take over the keys of the castle, but we'll see on that. And JC, Special Leaf himself, man. Special Leaf guy here, JC. Welcome back on the Sweep the League. Appreciate you joining us here tonight. We are talking about the Laker collapse last night. Now, when Derek asked me, I was kind of like you. I don't know, it's a little bit of both. Derek pretty much stated that it is pretty much all on Redick. You can't allow Rudy Gobert to go crazy last night. Rudy Gobert was the difference in the Lakers losing and the Timberwolves winning. Him and Julius Randle. Both guys really balled out. And you have Jackson Hayes on the bench. Now, after the game, a reporter did his job, asked JJ Redick about, talking to his assistant coaches, making the adjustments. JJ Redick went full diva LeBron James, gave a little smart ass answer, got up and walked away. I mean, attitude reflects leadership 100%. You know, the guy, I understand you're frustrated. You lost in 5. I totally understand that. Your season's done. Shit, your season was done pretty early, in my opinion. I mean, even when you traded Anthony Davis, I knew it was done there. I didn't like the Luka deal at all. Period. It wasn't going to make them any better. But you've got attitude reflects leadership, man. JJ Redick with the smart ass remark at the end, walking away. But it's true. Why, you just said it. Why don't you use your bench? Jackson Hayes was rotting on the bench who could have been a big body for him.
And then they played someone, Rudy, who hadn't played. I forgot who it was. Hadn't played in like months. I was saying, hey, he hadn't played much. I mean, dude, just play who you can, figure it out, and you never know, right? Like someone gets hot, they start scoring. They had a chance to win that game, Rudy. If someone comes in, hits a couple threes, hey, it's game 6 in Minnesota. Now you're going to go somewhere in Cancun and some exotic island, right? And your season's done. And LeBron, didn't they go out in the first round last year, Rudy?
Yeah, back-to-back years, first round. The guy's done. He's not even the second best player on his team. Austin Reeves is better than LeBron James right now. He makes a bigger difference for the Lakers than LeBron James does. It's Luka and Austin Reeves.
No, yeah, I could definitely see that. I mean, LeBron's at the age where, look, he's not carrying no one, Rudy. This is really it. And does he want to play another year or 2?
Is it me or you two? Just kind of go away. Just retire. But now they're saying because Bryce James is getting ready to come up in 2026, that gives him the opportunity to play with his other son in the NBA. It's an effing circus, dude. Like, stop already. Just let it go.
They should have played Bronny James last night. I mean, play someone.
What does he do next? Run the G? I mean, that's what JC's asking, and he loved the LeBron James, the collapse of the Lakers. But I mean, the Lakers were not going to be. When they made that Luka deal, everybody, Lakers this, Lakers that. Lakers are title contenders. They're going to win the title. They have. What made you feel they were going to win the title? They got worse defensively.
That's why I said we thought they would probably drop more, Rudy, than they did.
Yes.
They did stay up the 4th seed, but I was never really sold. I picked them to beat the Timberwolves just off of having those 2 stars, but I mean, the Timberwolves looked very impressive in that series, and now they move on. And you see the Warriors. Is that the second round would be the Warriors, the winner of the? Wait, no, the 5 will be the winner of.
I'm sorry, I'll get it for you right here.
I think the Timberwolves will play. Is Oklahoma City, Rudy?
No.
Okay,
because right now it's Timberwolves and whoever wins between the Rockets and Warriors. So they got game 6 tomorrow, Rockets and Warriors. Now, we'll get to that one in a little bit. The Thunder and the Cavaliers have just been, they've been resting for like 5 months, it seems, right now. They've got it on cruise control. Nuggets and Clippers play tonight. Knicks and Pistons, before the game started tonight, hit up my ex. I said both games are going to go into game 7. The way it looks right now, Pistons are up by 4 with a minute 53 left in the 4th. So there could be a game 7 there. I feel the Clippers win tonight. They go to game 7. But the thing with this, the whole LeBron thing, the whole Luka thing, you and I, we both said they're probably going to drop. They ended up winning 50 games on the year. Totally get that. They got 50 wins. I think they were the 3rd seed, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, 3rd seed. But they were a massive defensive liability. Do they beat the Timberwolves if Anthony Davis is healthy and a Lakers still?
I mean, if Anthony's going for 30 and 4, there's a good possibility the series extend. I think T-Wolves could probably win, but no, I think there's a better. It's more. I want to say more competitive, but they have a chance to win more games. I think.
Fair enough. I think the same thing. I think the same thing. I think the same thing.
But I mean, Rudy Gobert's not doing that to Anthony Davis. So
no, that's the difference. That's the difference, man.
But Rudy, who thought though that Rudy Gobert was going to do what he did? I mean, it's pretty shocking. Like even Shaq was. I don't know if you saw what he said. He's like, he never thought he would say the word dominating when talking about Rudy Gobert, and he's laughing, and it is a bit disrespectful. But I mean, it is funny. The man had a game of his life. If that's who beats you, LeBron and Luka, like, you know what, dude? All right, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, what he did was out of his mind. So, yeah.
Well, that's the thing with. I think JC put it very clear here a second ago. He said they win more games, maybe this series.
Maybe.
I think if Anthony Davis is still a Laker and he's healthy, playing with LeBron, definitely you don't see Rudy Gobert. You actually probably see Rudy Gobert in foul trouble. It's hard to guard Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the Lakers have a better chance, but everybody was on the Luka hype. I think I was one of the few guys to say that trade is terrible. I mean, it's a terrible
I think
deal.
Long term, you have a star in LA, Rudy.
You do. I'll give you that.
You have a star in LA, and just maybe LeBron retires, got more cap space, potentially attract another star there.
Giannis Antetokounmpo is already being. We've got to get Giannis.
Speaking of Giannis, I'm not sure if you talked about Tyrese's dad on the court, but
no, we talked about it on Tuesday. So give me your take on it.
Absolutely ridiculous. And first of all, he should not be literally on the court. I mean, the series just ended, Rudy, and you know this. When you lose a series, and the way they lost the series, right? Like, we know there's been dramatic ways of losing. Yeah. You're trying to process everything. You're trying to give your handshakes and do all that stuff. And the father is literally right in this guy's face. If Giannis would have hit him, I would have no problem with that. And I don't stand for violence, but we see this, Rudy, in some of these sports where people are coming up way, way too close. I mean, look at this guy. I mean, dude, you're not Tyrese. You're the father. It's like this guy is like living his life, Rudy, through his son.
Yeah.
And it's embarrassing for the league. The NBA needs to do something about this and figure something out. I know there's people who are, the parents sometimes sit close or whoever the case may be, but Rudy, this cannot happen. This cannot happen in the NBA. But yeah, you know what? Giannis, maybe it's time to leave Milwaukee, but we'll see.
Yeah, all week I've been talking about Giannis and the Spurs, and every day it's been a little bit different. I want to get your opinion on that because I'd love to throw a couple of things off your noggin up there, Gio, because you can always bring me back down if I'm in the clouds and I'm way up there making these absolutely ridiculous takes. Which honestly, once I said yesterday's takes, people kind of maybe agreed a little bit there. But on the list, JDY, man, throw down some stuff in the fryers, people. Southern Fried Sports. Check them out on YouTube. JD's got a great thing going over there. Again, we're going to get JD on the Sweep the League Big League show here tonight. Not tonight.
Are they eating fried chicken while they're doing the pod?
I don't know, but it's Southern Fried Sports. That's all I know. So, but I mean, the guy cooks up a lot of good stuff on there. So I'll tell you that much. It's a great show. Hopefully one day, maybe part of Sweep the League family. Maybe we can work something out there. JD is in here. They needed a rim protector. Austin Reeves to take some pressure off by scoring. LeBron also can't go 2 games in a row, 0 points. And that's what we were saying. LeBron,
yeah,
the donut, the Dunkin' Donut there, 2 games in a row. It just can't happen. He's not.
He looked out of sync, Rudy, and it just seemed
he looked like crap.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of disconnect. Kind of remind me of some of the games Kobe had, where he was taking these shots, and it's like, or he would take a bunch of shots and miss. He didn't seem engaged.
You're gonna throw Kobe into LeBron.
There were some games where Kobe wanted to make a state. Well, look, I'm not comparing two still great player. But anyway, listen, LeBron, it's time, man. Don't worry about it. Go do a podcast like everybody else is doing these days. Just go out there and go to the sunset. I mean, listen, $50 million again next season. with California taxes is not 50 mil, obviously. So, I mean, really, what they come back, maybe get a few role players, but I just don't see them being a top 2 seed in the West next year. I mean,
no,
top 2, top
no.
3. So for LeBron, why not try to? Could he force his way out, Rudy?
He can do whatever the hell he wants to do. I mean, let's be real. Now, let me kind of throw this away. Let me throw this your way. And yeah, the Giannis is, you can tell. I mean, we'll get to Giannis talk in a minute. I've been talking basketball all week, man. It's been crazy. But let me throw this at you, Gio. Is it the fact that maybe guys just don't want to play with LeBron? I mean, you've had the Miami Heat where, yeah, they didn't have a whole lot of success. They didn't get a whole lot of titles.
Well, I mean, two championships really is.
I mean, it's not 3, it's not 4, it's not 5.
Well, yeah,
6.
It's a running joke, and Ray Allen, man.
Well, again, let's rewind it. And shout out to Tim Gonzalez, Blue Devils. What's good, everyone? Let me get through these comments. JC, I saw someone call him Lagon earlier. There was a lot of names going out. Pistons up by 1 right now. Pistons are up by 2 with 49 seconds left in that game. Saw his bald spot as Zio and gone. Definitely Pistons. Yeah, and getting the James has player option. So let me get your thoughts. If not for a Ray Allen 3, and if not for a Kyrie shot, fadeaway shot, or even a Kyrie performance, that's 2 less titles that LeBron has. So I actually said last night, and I shout out to Derek Gervin, man. I thought he was going to slap the hell out of me for saying it, but I said, Derek, as of this morning, as of last night, I don't even know if I have LeBron in my top 10 of all time. If we're basing it off of performances, winning, yada, 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 you mean to tell me that you can put him above guys who show up in big games and, most importantly, in fourth quarters? The guy disappears.
Well, look, he's had a lot of blunders. Star players, hey, I'm sure if we look back in time, Rudy, we'll see a fourth quarter where Shaq didn't play well when it mattered the most. I mean, we can probably go through a lot of guys to see. I think what's happening, though, he's played so long, right?
Oh, God.
For you, no, but I'm saying is, think about it. The more you play, the more you're going to lose. Like, you're going to lose more than you win, Rudy. I mean, this isn't Bill Russell. Like, you're going to lose more. And as time
Tell
goes
that
by,
to Tim Duncan, Gio. The guy hardly lost.
But think about this. Tim played how many years, Rudy?
What, 19?
And how many championships did he win?
He won 5.
Okay, so you're going to fail more than you succeed, just in general, right? And LeBron's playing so much, he's just going to continue to fail and have flameouts and have quarters where he's not playing well. He's also getting up there in age. I still think he's still top 10 in general, I think people's eyes still. But really, I'm not going to condemn you, though.
I will get all the hate for saying that he's out of my top 10. Now, again, everybody's top 10 is different. I don't care who you are. Everybody's top 10 is different. But if I'm basing it off of performances, off of guys in key moments, I mean, it's hard to put him. And honestly, Kobe was kind of outside of the top 10 for me in some instances. Kobe would have been. But I don't remember Kobe ever having a series where he goes 0 in the 4th, very next game, 0 in the 4th, and then damn near goes scoreless again in the 4th when it matters the most. That's the thing.
I mean, look, I'm sure a lot of people are shitting on LeBron today. I still think he's still a great player. Obviously, defensively, he leaves much to be desired. He doesn't really play any defense these days. It's more of, Olay, right?
Yeah.
But really, hey, he's still the all-time leading scorer, as it points to his longevity, right? It's still really impressive what he's done. But the last few years, really, it's been flameouts. and then not for the COVID championship. I mean,
which counts. I've tried arguing with many people.
I
and
call
they
it the
say
COVID
counts.
championship because I also called the Dodgers that World Series a COVID championship, and I've had people argue with me. But look, I mean, look, they still won the championship, regardless if it was in a bubble or if it's at Walt Disney World. They still won a championship. It was still impressive. But I did feel like the Clippers that year were supposed to be the team, and unfortunately they just kind of dissolved. But anyway, LeBron, as I said earlier, Rudy, it's time.
I agree with you, man. I agree with you. And you know what? The Knicks are about to ruin my parlay. Go ahead.
I'm actually watching this.
This is terrible.
This is a bad. But you know, Rudy, if the Pistons lose, listen, shout out to them because what they did this year, Rudy, impressive. They should have won game one.
Yeah.
They seem to. They're still a young team. They have a lot going for them. The Knicks, Rudy, are they playing? So they'll
be playing the Celtics. The winner of this game, which now is the Knicks, will be playing the Celtics.
The Knicks are going to need a Herculean effort, Rudy.
You know, the Knicks have. We can't. Don't sell them so short.
No. I'm just saying that grind out type of mentality. I think it'll work against the Pistons, but I think Boston may be too much. But
do you give the Knicks a chance, knowing that Jaylen Brown's banged up, Porzingis is a little banged up, Tatum's a little banged up? Now, I think the Knicks have enough firepower to beat the Celtics. And remember, beginning of the season, right before the season started, I had Thunder and Knicks in the NBA Finals. And of course, Cleveland right now is just dominating. But do you give the Knicks, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being a guarantee, or just do 100% guarantee? What percentage do you give the Knicks against the Celtics? Because to me, that's probably the most evenly matchup we're going to see in the second round.
You don't think the Pacers could get real hot?
Oh man, you know what? I'm going to say no. And the only reason why is because all season, Cleveland has been dominant all season.
No, I know.
It's
been
unreal.
One of the most impressive seasons for a team that we knew we're going to be a playoff team, right? We're like, we know that, but
what know how good they were.
They did is unbelievable. I think you're right. It's going to be an interesting series of, the Cavs have been kind of. It seemed like really they played last year, right? Like it's been so long ago, and I give the Knicks a shot. I mean, look, I'm from New York. I still have a little place in my heart for the New York Knicks, but I don't. They're gonna have to steal a game, at least in Boston. That grind out style could work. Obviously, with some guys banged up, it's possible. I'm gonna give the Knicks a 40% chance, Rudy, which is still pretty good.
That's actually pretty good. I thought you would give them maybe around 30-25% chance to win the series. Again, I mean, Boston's kind of banged up a little bit, so it would take probably. I'm going to say this: if Cat has a massive second round,
that's the key, Rudy. That's the key to me.
Then the Knicks win, maybe in 6.
Do you think 30 a game, Rudy? I mean, we're talking a Herculean. How about 25-30? I guess
if he was to go for 25 and 14,
because he can get hot.
I think that's good enough. The only issues I have is you've only got Cat, but you've got to deal with Horford and Porzingis. So do you have enough there?
That we're still talking about Al Horford, still jacking up threes, but
I know. Still making it work, man. Sith Lord Elias, STL316, the Doctor of Style set is in here. Says Rudy and Gio, FYI, LeBron played 70 games this year. Sticks around to the Olympics. And then Tim's was giving us all the updates on the next game. I'm missing the game. The weather killed my direct TV. Well, the Knicks won, Sith. So at least you can join us here tonight. You'll get your updates here. So I appreciate everybody joining us tonight. Yeah, you're right. Talking about Al Horford, dude, that's crazy in itself, Gio. Like Al Horford's still part of the league.
He's still a player who can, at times get hot, right? He's he's not that type of player anymore, but it's still very impressive to see. Definitely a future, I would say a future Hall of Famer. Rudy, what do you think?
Oh God, that's a good question, man.
I think yes. The NBA Hall of Fame is it's interesting.
You're gonna make me look it up. You're gonna make me look it up because I need to see the accomplishments. Now,
probably not
got a title, 5-time NBA All-Star, All NBA third team.
He's getting it, Rudy.
You know what? I'm gonna say yes because of the back-to-back NCAA champions with Florida. Remember, it's the Basketball Hall of Fame. So I think with what he's done in the NBA, his longevity, with what he's done in college basketball, I mean, you're talking about SEC tournament MVP, second team, third team as well, All-American. I think he gets in based off of what he's accomplished in the game of basketball. So yes, I give him that.
Yeah, he's the college basketball. You definitely have to look. I mean, I know someone made a comment about Chris Mullin. I said, well, Chris Mullin's a 3-time Big East player. There, like that was no scrub. Like, that was an actual player. But anyway, yeah, I think from looking at his stats, Rudy, it's good to think or to say he's definitely going to get in. I find it hard to see. Plus his international, right? It's that whole package of basketball. So
I would say so. I mean, he was he also played FIBA basketball. I believe got a bronze with Argentina in 2011. 2012 was gold in the Central basketball. So, I mean, he's got a lot of accomplishments. Kind of funny you mentioned the Basketball Hall of Fame. Before we go to our quick commercial break, and when I say quick, we're going to do one commercial only. Well, I want to get back to some NFL talk. But I looked up Mark Price. He's a favorite of ours on Sweep the League. He's not a Hall of Fame. He's not in the Hall of Fame. The guy has the same accolades with the exception of stats like scoring as Reggie Miller. I mean, it's damn near identical. If I told you both of them, you would either say both are Hall of Famers or neither one is a Hall of Famer.
Rudy, I see why he doesn't get in. He's a 4-time All-Star. He's a 4-time All-NBA. Don't know if it's first or second or third, but it doesn't really matter. Okay. And I remember one comment Isaiah Thomas made about Mark Price in the 80s. And obviously he played in the 90s too. He says, man, his Mark could play. And listen, go look at those years, Rudy. They just ran into the Bulls, man. And obviously the Knicks too as time went on. But Mark Price could split the double team, one of the best ever to do that. Can stop on a dime and shoot the shot. Mark Price should be in the NBA Hall of Fame. I just find it baffling. And Rudy, he was in Cleveland, right? Like they kind of lifted that franchise and they were good, Rudy, every year for the most part. Playoffs, right? Like playoffs, right? They were in there and they just
playoffs.
Playoffs?
You kidding me? Playoffs?
92, Rudy, or 93, they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. And again, ran into the Bulls, right? So, look, a lot of guys lost against Michael, but Mark Price, look, I mean, 15-2, had some years where he got close to 20 points a game. I mean, in his era, Rudy, he's going up against dogs. I mean, look at the point guards. Magic Johnson. Hello.
Isaiah
Thomas. John Stockton.
Yeah.
Gary Payton. Kevin Johnson. I mean, I can go on about these players that he played. And unfortunately, he played in an era where there's just so many of these guys. But Mark Price, you got my vote, bud.
Yeah, we need to get votes here. Sith is in here. Same reason why these weirdo fans are calling Keldon a Spurs legend already. So
so listen, I don't live in Texas, Rudy. Maybe one day I will. Who is calling this guy a legend?
I don't know. I say he's what I've said lately is that he fits the 6-man role perfectly for this team. If that means he's a legend coming out of my mouth, then I guess so. But I've never called him a legend. I'd love to know what weirdos are calling Keldon Johnson, a legend.
There's probably somebody on Twitter that we probably know.
Probably. All these people on Twitter, on X or whatever, they do a whole lot, man. Before we go, Joe, we're going to go to a quick commercial break again. We're going to do our quick commercial break, which is only going to be the sponsor ad, which is going to be, of course, MCS General Contracting. I want you to think about a couple of things here. We're going to come back, second half of the show. We're going to knock out some NFL draft grades. Give me your best NFL draft. Some scrubs on X. We don't. I know it's not us. We know what we say. Hell, I don't even know if Gio's on X anymore. But the other thing I wanted to ask you is, the last couple of days I've been talking about the Spurs. I mentioned, the whole Giannis talk coming to San Antonio. You saw what happened with Halliburton's dad. You see the frustration in Giannis's face. They have no draft picks. They have no cap space. Bobby Portis and Brook Lopez are free agents. They're probably not going to be able to re-sign them. They don't have the cap space. Dame's probably going to miss the entire season, if not majority of the season, with his injury. So right now, Milwaukee's in a world of heat. The only asset you can move to get this franchise back in the right direction is Giannis Antetokounmpo. I asked Tuesday night, I said, what is it going to take? Draft picks. Devin, Harrison, Barnes, probably Jeremy, anything to get the numbers going. Then yesterday, Twitter was a buzzing. Stephon Castle won Rookie of the Year. Then it comes out. Well, you've got to think Milwaukee may want Stephon Castle as part of the deal. So I said, okay, we are against it. But for you, Gio, I asked Spurs fans, does it make it easier to trade Stephon Castle for Giannis if the Spurs get a top 3 pick in the lottery? Think about that. When we come back, I want your answer on that. Sith has already given us his grades on the Cowboys, and guess what? He graded him a B+ to an A-. We got the boys. I've actually got the boys at an A- right now. But we'll see what Gio says right here. When we come back here on Sweep the League, Coach Gio, Rudy Campos, shout out to MCS General Contracting, proud sponsors of Sweep the League. We'll be back in probably like a minute. We're gonna do any long commercials here. We'll do a minute real quick. We'll be back. Are you looking for a contracting company that gets the job done right the first time? Look no further than MCS General Contracting. MCS specializes in top quality concrete work, including patios, driveways, foundations, and swimming pools. The team of experts are dedicated to delivering exceptional results and unparalleled customer satisfaction. At MCS General Contracting, they're not just hardworking, they're local. Based in San Antonio, they are committed to building relationships and trust within the community. That's why MCS guarantees your satisfaction. They pride themselves on getting the job done right the first time, every time. So why wait? Contract MCS General Contracting today to schedule your project and experience the difference for yourself. MCS General Contracting. Building a better San Antonio, one project at a time. Proud sponsors of Sweep the League.
You are watching Sweep the League TV. Make sure you subscribe and catch our new videos.
Sweep the League TV with Rudy Derrick and Coach Gio. Let's get back to the live show. You are watching the best in the business.
All right, welcome back. See, I promised a quick commercial break here. So before we went, we were talking about, Spurs, Giannis, the possibilities of adding Stephon Castle. Now I'm going to give you my reasons behind it. Then you're going to be the judge on this. So you're going to be shout out to Jonathan Mathis. I saw a video of Jonathan Mathis. For those guys you don't know, sports judge out in California, old friend of ours here at Sweep the League. I got back on Instagram because I had to get back on Instagram because I had to check a message I got from somebody who was wanting to come on the show, and they only sent it on Instagram. I didn't even know it was active, but I got on there, saw Jonathan Mathis. Anyway, nonetheless, Joe, this is our MCS General Contracting. Again, shout out to Leha and the boys. Great business. They are backed by us 100%. They guarantee you their word. They guarantee their work. MCS General Contracting. This is the building the roster moment here. So I said, okay, here's the thing. Milwaukee wants Stephon Castle. People are like, no. Spurs get a top 3 pick. Milwaukee wants a top 3 pick. Hold up. Let me put this here. Milwaukee's looking at, why do I take the gamble of a top 3 pick? I don't know if Ace Bailey is going to be that good. I don't know if Cooper Flag can be the man. We don't know that. But what I do know is Stephon Castle was Rookie of the Year and has tremendous upside. So I want him. So I asked Spurs fans last night, and I got some pushback. I love it. Edmund Ortiz, great show, great follower of the show. Always shouts us out. Love him. Said, no, you don't do it. But for me, I said, is it easier to move Stephon Castle for Giannis and you have a top 3 pick in this year's draft? Go for it, Gio.
Well, look, I think it's very intriguing. Listen, Stephon Castle, really, I think we all can agree has some good upside. I mean, he could potentially be an NBA star in the league. But Giannis is 30, right, Rudy? So what do you think?
29, yeah.
Okay, 29, 30. Man, he still got some stuff left in the tank, right? So
it's prime Giannis. Let's not be real. It's prime Giannis.
It's prime Giannis, and maybe Stephon Castle is that guy, not the guy, obviously, but a really good player in this league. Rudy, I'm going to take the known for not necessarily unknown in Castle, obviously Rookie of the Year. Listen, I had a good year, Rudy. Got better and better. But for prime Giannis, Rudy, with Victor and the kid from Sacramento, I would take that right now.
So you would move Castle knowing you have a top 3 pick in this year's draft?
Yep.
I've thought about it, and I thought, man, it's
prime Giannis, Rudy. It's prime.
And that's what I'm saying. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, you know what? Yeah, because then I can plug an Ace Bailey. I can plug a Cooper Flag. I mean, you don't have to have these guys be the guy. Why? Because you've got De'Aaron, you've got Giannis, you've got Victor, you got one of these guys. I mean,
Rudy, that's a big 3 that obviously you need to gel. You need an off season. You need all that good stuff. And obviously we need a coach, Rudy. And I don't know. That's another thing, right? Who's going to be the coach?
Well, that was number 1. That's what I said. It's the coach. It's 10 feet of shit. And then it's the roster and everything like that. They got to nail the coach down 100% on that.
Yeah. So,
Castle, Greek, Wemby, and that works. Hopefully we can keep Fox. If not, so that's the thing. They would rather get rid of De'Aaron Fox for Giannis.
No.
That's what I
Wait. Who said? Listen, you Spurs fans. I don't know what type of drugs are in San Antonio, but there's no way I'm letting
close
Fox.
To the border, so it's got to be.
It's close to the border. I'm not letting Fox go. Trust me, I've seen this guy. Man, he's so talented. I just no. Listen, I like Castle, Rudy. Rookie of the Year. I get all that, but you have prime Giannis. Someone's got to go. And it's not going to be De'Aaron Fox. Definitely not Wimpy. It's got to be Castle. And obviously, whoever else you want. You want Sohan, you put him on there too. You want, who's the other guy who just doesn't show up all the time? Vassell. Hey, throw him in there too, right? I just, you got to get prime Giannis, Rudy. He's still 29 years old. Oh, sorry.
It's crazy, Gio, to think that, and JC's in here. JC's back in here. Says first play is a draft. So imagine the lottery happens, they get a top 3 pick. I mean, could the potential be, hey, we want Castle because we know who we get? Then what do you do? I mean, look at that. Finally, I'm firing Coach Gio. They're firing you.
Listen. I'm going off of the school of Les Snead, which, by the way, Rudy, speaking of Les Snead, that man fleeced your Falcons for that first round pick next season.
Yeah, they did.
Rudy, the Rams were picking 26, Rudy, and y'all gave up a next year first. I know we switched and you took our third. And speaking of the Falcons, not to change subjects here, Rudy, but what y'all did to Shedeur Sanders was absolutely wrong. What y'all did, I know, but listen, I'm blaming you because you're a Falcons fan, and I have to throw you in there. But that kid, what he did was so first of all disrespectful and just classless.
Wait a minute. You're going to come after me for what they did to Shador, but yet you're not going to bring up the fact that other players, Abdul Carter and other players, got prank called in the same draft in the same night. But it's because the whole, all holy thou Shador Sanders got prank called. That is the biggest story.
Okay, so that's your question. Abdul Carter, the prank calling, what pick did he go, Rudy?
He went 2. I mean,
what did he get prank called with the first pick? I mean, look, to me the Shador situation.
There was more prank calls though.
But
there's videos.
But Rudy, the context, Shador's waiting around to what, the 5th round, Rudy? And he's getting.
He was going to be waiting all draft anyway.
Because these NFL GMs are just absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, I get it. Shador and Dion did some not so smart things during these meetings, and they're being essentially just not forthcoming in their talks. I know Brian Daboll, or the Giants had mentioned he wasn't prepared, yada, yada, yada. If you're going to tell me that the quarterback from the Oregon Ducks is better than Shador Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, you got to be kidding. Or the kid,
no one is saying that.
The kid from Louisville is better than Shador Sanders.
I said Tyler Shaw would be one of the best QBs. I know. I said Daniel Jones. I know.
Tyler's an interesting. I'll give you this. He's an interesting prospect.
Yeah.
I think there's something there. He can sling it and had that shootout against Miami, which everyone did. But I just didn't love that. And I'm not blaming you, but I'm just saying.
No, I know that.
The Shador Sanders thing, I just kept seeing that. I was like, man, this is pretty bad. And,
it's bad. But, Gio, the guy walks in, doesn't really give a damn about anything.
Oh, yeah, that's what
rubbed people the wrong way. His concern is, what are y'all going to do for me? How are you going to surround me with talent? What NFL rookie walks in with that? I mean, with that attitude. I told you the kid, in my opinion, was undraftable. He would have been a 6th or 7th round pick at best. Went in the 5th round. And even at that, Gio, I'm going to get pushback and probably, I don't care. I think he got drafted by the Browns as a favor because everybody was making a big deal about why isn't Shador Sanders drafted? He was a 1st round talent. He should have been top 3 talent. I don't give a damn what Mel Kiper says. Mel Kiper sucks. I don't care about that. Everybody else who believed it is wrong.
What I don't understand is, did Pittsburgh draft a quarterback, Rudy?
They ended up getting Will Howard from Ohio State.
Again, another organization that seems to just not really care about quarterbacks, and you keep doing this every year. Try something different. I mean, just go out and draft Shador. Give him an opportunity. I mean, give an opportunity here. Yeah, listen, I get it. He comes with some baggage and Dion and all this stuff, but when he's in training camp, all that stuff's not going to matter because it's going to be all about football and nothing else, especially playing for the Steelers. Some of these franchises, Rudy, I hope Shador ends up being a baller, a gamer, and all these teams are going to look like a damn. And I was about to say something. Shout out to the Bears. I thought they had a good draft.
Yeah.
And, I'm pushing the Caleb train. Caleb has no damn excuse now. You got the best or one of the best offensive minds in football, and Ben Johnson. Really, the Bears are who we thought they were. And that's a thing to Danny Green back in the day. But anyway, Bears, this is your time.
It is. I will. You know what? Let's talk some NFL draft here. I mean, because they've been dying to talk NFL draft. We got another 10, 15 minutes or so. Sanders kid isn't it. Hunter was the only one from that team worth a damn. 100%. I believe on that. Coach Gio, when I call, no prank, you're fired for that Greek trade proposal. I'm the one that proposed it. I'm the one. They're coming.
Giannis is in his prime. Are you going to tell me, is Castle ever going to be better than Giannis, Rudy?
I don't. Okay, so before he was drafted, on my draft sheet, I had Stephon Castle, and again, it was on our NBA draft show that we did. I had Stephon Castle as an SGA type of player. I had him at an SGA ceiling. I really feel he could be a Shea Gilchrist-Alexander, which means he's an MVP candidate eventually. But that's the high point. Will he ever get to Giannis level? I don't know. I even made a controversial thing last night. I said, who's to say he's not better in the long run than Wemby? We really don't know. I mean, Wemby's putting up great numbers, but do we really know how good Stephon Castle can really be?
Yeah, it's a slight unknown. Listen, he won Rookie of the Year, but really, there's been some Rookies of the Year who've won and haven't done anything else, right? So I mean, possible. You never know. I'm pulling for the kid, and if he stays, great. But if we get Giannis in return, listen, I'm from the less need school of thinking. Give me the star player, man. Giannis prime,
Yeah.
Okay, sign me up.
But the only way that I take the deal is if we have a top 3 pick. I mean, that's the only way that I feel it makes sense, because then you go and get, again, another potential Rookie of the Year. I mean, to me, that's the only way it makes sense, dude. You talked about the Bears NFL draft grades coming up. So you're really right, dude. There's no reason why the Bears shouldn't be more successful. Colston Loveland, their first round pick and pick number 10. I love the Luther Burden pick on the second round.
I was really hoping that I thought maybe the Rams would be interested and try to. There was little rumblings about the Rams, and they ended up getting a receiver super late. But I know they got a tight end, which I like in Ferguson from Oregon. He tested well. He's kind of that Sean McVay, kind of Rami Puka in a way as that. But Luther from Missouri, right, Rudy? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
He could be special. That's all I'm going to say at this point.
Yeah, Luther Burden can be very, very special, man. That kid can be real special. What I did like, Gio, was they had 3 second round picks. Shamar Turner, defensive tackle, he can be a very interesting pick for them on the defensive side of the ball. I'm surprised they only got 2 offensive linemen, in Ozzie Trapilo and Luke Newman. I figured they would have put a little bit more thought into offensive linemen in this draft.
Well, really, they got they traded for the Rams guard.
Yes, they did.
Who was from Detroit, and then they also signed. Oh, man, I don't have the thing in front of me. I think the offensive line will be fine. I know this is an issue every year. It seems like kind of like the Giants never seem to really fix your offensive line. But the Bears did get I forgot the other 2 guys that they picked up in the offseason. Oh no, the guy from the Chiefs, Rudy Tooney, right?
Tooney, yes.
They got Tooney as well. So this is an offensive line. I mean, Rudy, listen. I know I've been screaming for Caleb, but this Bears team, listen, if they're not good next year, Rudy, then you know what? I can't anymore. I just can't with this organization. There's something in the water over there in Lake Michigan. If you can't win with a defense that's going to be good, and you know who they should call at running back? Go call Nick Chubb.
That would be good for them.
Go in there and see them. I like what the Bears did overall. Offensive lineman obviously is an issue, but they did get Tooney, who is one of the best guards. It didn't look like that in the Super Bowl, but they got something brewing in Chicago. I'm hoping. I used to live there, and they got good fans, man. It's just they can't just scheme out of their own way.
Well, can I be honest and upfront with you about Caleb Williams? He's way better than Shedeur Sanders. I'm just going to say that right now. That takes a lot for me to say because I'm not a huge Caleb fan, but Caleb Williams shows a lot more promise than Shedeur for me. Period on the tape. But as far as Chicago goes, you say they've got to be good. I agree with you, but you got to look at that division.
Ben Johnson to me is the key. It's
He
Ben
is, but
Ben
man.
Johnson's the key, Rudy. Last year, Shane Waldron, that man was running a trick plays in the red zone. I saw a play against the Colts. They did like a flea flick. And like, dude, the stuff they were running was idiotic. That's why Shane Waldron got fired. I think now he's in Jacksonville. And obviously their head coach, Rudy, what did I tell you? I don't like my head coaches in general. Not always defensive mind. It's something off. It's just, I don't like it pairing that with a young quarterback. And I know there's Tomlin. I know there's a guy in with the Texans. I get all that. Like, there's obviously, ways that you can definitely kind of mask that. But really, Mr. Eberflus, really? That was another disaster.
Well, I'll tell you this. I really like the Bears. And I did say, with the exception of a couple of teams, I know the Bengals are one of them. With the exception of a couple of teams, I think every team nailed this draft. They all had really good drafts. And the Bears had a really good one.
The Patriots, really. Yeah. I love, obviously Will Campbell is, but I like the running back from Ohio State. Last year, Stevenson had some fumbling issues. It's going to be interesting to see, how they share the load there. You got Kyle Williams from Washington State. You got Jared Wilson, a Georgia Bulldog. I'm a big fan of him. I love what New England did. I do feel bad that, OJ Mayo's not here to be a part of this. Obviously, they got a new coach.
Jared Mayo. You said OJ. That's
OJ. Yeah. No,
shout
Jared
out to OJ Mayo on that.
Yeah, a former USC Trojan. But yeah, a lot of teams did pretty well. Cowboys, Rudy, I got a question.
Uh-oh, here we go. Can I say something about the Patriots real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I love that Braden Swinson pick in number 146 in the 5th round from LSU. I think the kid can be really good. I even like their 7th round pick and Kobe Minor out of Memphis, that cornerback position. I agree 100% with you. Patriots are one of the big winners in this draft. Trayvon Henderson's going to be a beast for the Patriots. Will Campbell, not exactly the first guy I would have gone with as offensive tackle, but the kid's a baller. He's going to be able to protect Drake May there. I love what the Patriots did. So those two guys that I mentioned a little while ago, Kobe Minor and Braden out of LSU, those are big guys. What's your question on the Cowboys? We got some Cowboy fans in here.
Is it true, and I saw this in a video, that the Cowboys drafted a guard that they said was going to be the Jalen Carter stopper or something like that? There was a joke that I saw that he was going to be the Jalen Carter stopper, and I'm like, dude.
I think it was more of a joke.
Okay.
Because
he didn't give up any sacks, but apparently the last time he did give up sacks was when Georgia played Oklahoma, which has been quite some time. So,
well, they ended up getting Tyler Booker as their 1st round pick out of Alabama, offensive guard out of Alabama, Tyler Booker. Booker was not the guy that I expected there with, I probably would have gone maybe Josh Simmons, or maybe trade down and get on a couple more picks and then go get a Josh Simmons. Is able out of there's a North Dakota State, I believe, was another one. They had a lot of options there. And the Tyler Booker, I felt was a reach. So outside of that, the Cowboys, they nailed the draft. From the 2nd round all the way to the 7th. It almost seemed like Jimmy Johnson was drafting and Jerry was asleep in the bedroom. Honestly, man, they got players galore.
Jerry normally does do well with draft picks. He just, when it comes to signing players outside of the draft, Jerry, Rudy, I thought the Eagles had a good draft as well. And Campbell from Alabama, which I kind of wanted the Rams to maybe get if they were sitting there. They typical Rams traded out of that pick. But they get the safety from Texas, Ty Robinson from Nebraska. That the Eagles D-line, oh my God, the Eagles D-line, Rudy, every year they just get someone.
Yeah.
And then they get the kid linebacker from Georgia. It's like their entire defense seems to be from Georgia these days. I like Kyle. I hope that Kyle went somewhere else, the quarterback from Syracuse. I like him a lot, but he's going to be behind, obviously backing up. But I thought the Eagles had a good draft.
They had a really good draft. I'm going to make a quick note, and I'm going to move on to another team here about the Cowboys. From their second round all the way to their sixth round, all 5 of those guys, it was Donovan out of Boston College, Siobhan Revell. I mean, if not for the injury that he had at East Carolina being out for the year, would have easily been minimum a second round pick. But that Jaden Blue pick in the 5th round, holy shnikes, man. That kid is going to turn a lot of heads for Dallas, but you being an SEC guy, I love the Cornelius draft pick in the 6th round too for the offensive tackle position, but you being an SEC guy, that's Shamar James linebacker pick. That's a very sneaky good pick by the Cowboys. Very sneaky.
Yeah, they listen, the Cowboys got some, they last season, I told you and Derek, I didn't listen. I said, I don't see this team making the playoffs. Y'all was saying 10, 11, 12 minutes. Says, I don't see that. I find it hard to believe.
Yeah.
Your biggest signing was Ezekiel Elliott. But anyway, Rudy, no, that was a good signing. The Rams, and I know I'm a Rams guy, they drafted Chris Paul Sr., Rudy, linebacker from Ole Miss.
Yeah.
And if not for his measurables, because he's not the biggest guy, one of the best linebackers, I think he finished second for the nation's best linebacker award. So that's a big pickup. And also the Rams got the outside linebacker from Michigan, who, again, Rams are trying to build that depth on that defensive line. And then the Ferguson kid, Rudy, the tight end, they really love him. I mean, they really, I'm stoked to see, the Rams last year, Rudy, as we know, tried to trade up for Bowers.
Yeah.
If it was for the freaking Jets or somebody screwed it up. Of course the Jets would screw us. But I thought the Rams had a good one. And then, Rudy, for the Rams to get a first-round draft pick next year, I thought that was very impressive because I didn't think the Rams were going to get a second-round pick. I think the Falcons will be good next season. But I do really – I'm going to be rooting against you guys pretty heavily, Rudy, because I would love a top 5 pick next season.
Yeah, you definitely would, man. You definitely would want a top 5 pick. So, I mean, we'll hit up the Falcons. Not a very good draft, in my opinion. I do like the first 3 picks. I mean, I like Jalen Walker. Definitely a kid out of Georgia. The James Pierce Jr., I had James Pierce on my mock drafts when I was doing full team mock drafts, full first round. I had James Pierce right around that 15 to 20 area. I think he did a lot at Tennessee to get himself into that area. Obviously, he dropped. Falcons see something in him, kind of something that I saw they were able to trade back in, get James Pierce. To Xavier Watts out of Notre Dame, again, a safety that was highly recognized, was highly, scouted. So definitely, I like the first 3 picks. Outside of that, just really didn't scream anything to me. So the Falcons draft was kind of blah. But one winner that I want to get to, Gio, is a team that it always seems like they have good drafts, but it never kind of pans out. The Indianapolis Colts got massively good over an entire weekend. I mean, Tyler Warren in that first round. Coming back, they got to get the defense side of the ball. They get Justin Whaley in the 3rd. I think JT Tumiola from Ohio State in the 2nd. The 2 guys that I really liked was they got better on the offensive line with Jalen Travis out of Iowa State. DJ Giddens he's no joke.
Listen, I'm a betting man, and he was in a lot of my slips last year. He's just productive.
Yes.
And Kansas State was a pretty good team last season. I thought they did really good, Rudy. The problem is, who's going to be their quarterback?
They did get Riley Leonard. Now he's not a QB that's going to be all world. I never liked Anthony Richardson.
I know you've been on the. I've been a little bit less lenient because he didn't play a lot at Florida. But Rudy, this is probably his last year, right?
I think they would move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious. But Rudy, who's the Colts backup? I'm kind of interested to see. Let me check here the Colts depth chart, because Rudy, a lot of their success is going to help on their quarterback.
Well, and that division is very winnable outside of Houston.
Oh my God!
I mean,
do you know who the backup is?
Daniel Jones, DJ. You know what's funny, Gio, is there was some analysts saying Daniel Jones.
Though, Rudy, that could be a good spot for Daniel Jones. Rudy, Jonathan Taylor,
man.
You got Pittman, you got Alec Pierce. I love Josh Downs. You got Tyler Warren. Rudy, this, I think that Daniel Jones.
Here we go.
From what I saw last year from the Colts, and there were a lot of games, and Rudy, dare I say, if he starts week 1, could be comeback player of the year. I'm just going to throw it out there, Rudy. I'm just going to throw it out there.
So, do I get a reprieve on my Daniel Jones is the best QB in that draft?
Because,
okay, if Daniel Jones starts and gets the Colts past the first round of the playoffs, do I get a reprieve?
Sure.
Does the door open? Open?
Sure. I mean, look,
the door will open.
With that team, they also got Khalil Herbert, who is pretty decent in Chicago. They got players, Rudy. It's just the quarterback situation. Daniel Jones, Rudy, this could be, I'm telling you right now, mark my words, everyone. Don't say I didn't tell you. If Daniel Jones starts, from looking at this roster, at least right now, could be comeback player of the year. And Rudy, if he does win it, we need to replay this clip for a whole week, because I called it.
Yeah, you called it, and then I'm going to expect you to go back on X at least for a day or two. Give me my flowers on that.
And then Daniel Jones throws 4 picks in a playoff game.
And he goes for an 80-yard and, fumbles it at the 5-yard line or trips or something. Sith wants to know, Cowboys will be back in the playoffs. Bookmark this. Fortune teller Rudy, do me a favor, repeat it so it can come true. I will say this. Cowboys in the playoffs, I love their draft. It's going to help them. But, Gio, can you agree with me on one thing? If the Cowboys sign Amari Cooper to come back and play, that's a good step for them in the right direction to make it to at least the playoffs. I think they're better than the Giants. I think they're better than the Giants. To me, I don't know why I'm kind of low on the Commanders right now. I don't know why. I like what the Commanders are doing and what they did. Is it maybe because I'm scared of year 2, Jaden Daniels? Like you expect a sophomore slump?
Well, sometimes year 2, but really the defense should be continuing to improve. I thought last year they made a lot of strides.
Yeah.
And they have a defensive-minded coach, which in this sense kind of helps because you got Cliff, former head coach. He's your OC, kind of running the offense, doing really good. And then the defensive side, I think Bobby Wagner, I think, is still there. I mean, I like the Commanders. I don't love Dallas. If they can get Amari Cooper, sure, why not? But Amari comes and goes. It's just he's a bit streaky to me. Has Dallas fixed all their defense? And then at the other day, Rudy, no disrespect to the coach, because I think highly of his dad. But Rudy, we don't know much about the son. I mean, he's been around. He was a St. Louis Rams offensive coordinator once upon a time in St. Louis. That man's been around a long time, Rudy. So he does have a lot of knowledge. Wish him all the best. But can I ask you one question? Why did Dallas hire him?
I'm not even going to sit here and pretend I know. I don't know, Gio. That was a questionable hire, a hire that I would never have expected to happen. I mean, I don't know. I'm not even going to say I know.
He's been fired a few times. I mean, look, could they have lightning in a bottle? Sure. It's very possible. If he's anything like his dad, hey, he's going to go a lot of places, but he's been around the league for a long time, Rudy, and it makes you wonder, why didn't anyone else get him a job? Because I heard his name floating around, but like 6-7 years ago, right? Like it's been a while. And for him to get a job, I thought it does feel like Jerry is going to be controlling him. That's what Jerry likes. Jerry wants to control his head coaches. He wants to undermine them, Rudy. He says, "Oh, don't worry about the coach. Just come to me and talk to me." This is what Jerry does. Why would you want to be a head coach for a team like that? It's the Cowboys. It's the star. That's all.
Anyway, July rolls around and Bill takes over.
First of all, Bill and his girlfriend are doing interviews, it seems like, across the country these days.
I don't even know why they're doing it. What the?
Freddie, this whole thing with Bill, I'm interested. I really want to watch Carolina football next year because I'm interested to see what the heck is what product. I know Bill can coach. That's not the issue here. The issue is he's coaching college players, very different from NFL players. Also, NIL. It's not like the regular college football. It's NIL football. Mm-hmm. And I know there's money in Carolina, but I'm just curious, what is that going to look like? I'm very intrigued. And also Deion with Colorado. I don't want to talk about college football right now, but there are a lot of storylines heading into next season. And my Georgia Bulldogs, it's time to come back. It's time to put the Big Ten back in their place. I'm getting tired of this. And also, one last thing.
Yeah.
What do the Indiana Hoosiers do next year, Rudy? Because that was talk about a season to remember.
College football is, it's literally
they could take a step
like the next
back.
Over.
They do have the kid, I think Mendoza from Cal, who had a good year. I remember he went on the road and beat Auburn, which is not really saying much. But can't wait for it. I love college football. Is like, I just can't wait. But anyway, Bill Belichick, Rudy, I don't. Man, that could be a flat out disaster, or it could be successful. We'll see.
Before we go, does Bill Belichick finish the season at Carolina? I gotta know this.
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say yeah, because they put a lot of money. How much are they paying him?
I don't remember offhand. The one thing I do remember is come July, he has $1 million buyout. So that's nothing. Any NFL team will pay $1 million to buy it out. So that's why I asked you.
But is it too late? Rudy,
it's July. Off seasons, you're in training camp.
The thing about Bill is he's rugged. He's rugged. If he comes into that situation, he doesn't know his players. He still needs to watch film. I don't know. And then the staff, Rudy. I'm sure he's gonna want Josh McDaniel. Josh McDaniel, where is he at again? He went somewhere.
You're asking me questions I don't even know. I kind of quit paying attention to Josh McDaniels after the Broncos fiasco.
Josh McDaniels, he is. I'm going to keep my comments to myself.
We'll find out if Bill Belichick lasts the entire season at North Carolina.
We should make a bet. Like the running joke is, how long is Bill going to last? Because Mac Brown, remember, already he was coaching, but then he wasn't coaching. It was weird. Like he disappeared. Yeah. It's like because you had that, but flat out. That loss against what's that small school, Rudy? It was
not Alcorn.
It was
not Appalachian.
No, you almost lost to them 2 years ago.
Yeah.
No, it's the school that the coach from Indiana used to coach at. Oh, James Madison. What was it? 6
James
touchdowns?
Madison.
Yeah. It was 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, it was James Madison. I do remember. Well. We'll have to make a bet next week. I don't know if Jill will be back on tomorrow. I think Jacob Eric's taking over tomorrow. We'll find out. But again, we'll be back. Real quick announcement before we go. Monday night shows are coming back in a couple of weeks. So we're going to be back on Monday. I know I'll be back on Monday. So we'll at least have Monday through Thursday, Monday through Friday for Sweep the League as well. So be paying attention to that here. Go to our YouTube page. Search Sweep the League TV, hit that subscribe button so you're not left out. Shout out to MCS General Contracting, proud sponsors of Sweep the League. So for Derek Irvin, for Coach Gio, this is Rudy Campos Jr. Until we sweep the league again, we'll see you later, knuckleheads.
Hi, I'm Dr. Marianne Pinkston, and I have the podcast, The Better Life with Dr. Pinkston. You can catch me every Saturday as I air a new show. You can follow me on drpbetterlife.com for all of the links and information.
Your